Hey everyone, it's Casey Rain from The Violet Reality here, and I know, it's been a long time since you saw this beautiful face on camera. And there's a reason for that. It's because in the last year we actually moved, and in our new place, we don't have a permanent filming setup the way that we used to. It's something that we're planning to do, but when we got the word that we would be getting this thing, we knew that we had to kind of hack together a little setup. So this is our very temporary setup just for today, for the purposes of doing this unboxing of something. Now I put out on Twitter the other day when I was going to pick this up that I was going to pick up something that was A, very rare, and B, very heavy. And we got quite a few hilarious comments in reply to that. My favorite was from Nightchild, who said, "Is it the bass line from Sexy Dancer?" But this is something very, very cool indeed. Now, back when Prince did 21 Nights in London, he collaborated with a company called Opus. And Opus produced a limited amount of gigantic, very luxurious books to commemorate the tour. I believe there was 950. And of those 950, 10 of them were signed by Prince. And I can confirm that what we have today is supposedly one of these 10 that was signed by Prince. Now, I say supposedly, not because it might not be the Opus book, it is definitely the Opus book, but when it comes to the 10 signed ones, I have to address the fact that there was a little bit of controversy with the founder, weirdly enough, of Opus, who has been accused by a handful of fans of creating some fakes to try and get a bit of extra money. And I can confirm that this one did not come from the founder of Opus. It came from another company, which was a popular music company at the time of 21 Nights in London, that since went bust and liquidated all their assets, and the stock they had of the Prince books, including some signed ones, was liquidated at auction, which is where our good friend Pez got hold of it and has now very graciously loaned it to us for the purposes of this video. Now you've heard enough of me talking about this. It's time to unbox the incredibly rare signed Prince Opus. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. Now, as I said in my tweet, this thing is ridiculously heavy, like ridiculous. It's so heavy. So I've got to be very careful while I unbox this and try and lift it around and try and show it to you. What an absolute beast. Let me move this a bit closer to the camera so you can see it. So this is the box. Here's the box. Gigantic. I don't know what to put as a comparison. Here's the scissors that we use to unbox it with, so you get an idea of how gigantic this thing is. Okay, now let's slide it on over and open it up. Okay, whoa. Huge box. And can you just move this sign out the way? Thank you. My lovely assistant, Kim. And there we go. Just move this microphone slightly out of the way as well. Okay, so it's not in what we would call flawless condition. There's some scuff marks on the inside of the box, a couple of stains, and unfortunately some wear and tear to the binding here. But let's remember, this thing is at this point 14 years old, and who knows how much it bounced around in that time. As I said, This was sold at, as I said, this was sold at auction by a company that went bust, a music company, and all of their assets were liquidated to satisfy their creditors. So here we've got the actual book. If we just quickly lift the book out, we've got this amazing metal, or is it metal? Is it plastic? I don't know. This amazing raised symbol on the top. But if you take the book out, you can see that underneath you have the limited edition iPod Touch that came with it, plus a iPod Touch symbol engraved case. Let me just hold that up a little bit closer to the camera. I believe it's supposed to contain the preloaded behind the scenes Prince concert footage. Let's open up the book and have a look. Okay, here we have the signed Prince signature. Now this is interesting. So when, as I said in the intro, there's been some questions about the legitimacy of some of the signed ones that appeared online that were sold by the founder of Opus, that some fans suspected to be fakes. Now, I don't know enough about those particular ones to have an opinion on that one way or the other. I'm certainly not accusing anyone of doing anything. But what I did notice was those ones in the pictures that people posted online appeared to have been signed in a gold pen. Whereas the original picture on the Opus website when this was first announced is this one, it's the black pen. Now, if you were only going to sign 10 of these, why would you switch pens partway through? That's the question. So, as far as I'm concerned, that may be a little bit of an indicator that this one is the real deal with the black pen. But who can say for sure? Maybe we can talk to some of the people involved, maybe some of the MPG members who might remember, or management at the time. But I think until we have reason to suspect otherwise, I think it is safe to say that this is one of the original 10 that was signed. So let's have a further look into this book. I'm trying to be very careful with these pages. So as you can see, Prince Opus, 21 Nights. We've got some blurb here. Now I'm facing this book away from me for the purposes of filming, so I can't read upside down, but I can see that this is an intro by Randee St Nicholas, the photographer of the 21 Nights in London tour, longtime Prince photographer. If you don't have her book, I suggest you get it. It's very good. This blurb I can just about read upside down because there's not too many words. Prince, a man, a musician, an artist who is truly like no other. Prince and Randee St Nicholas, 21 Nights, published by Opus. Wow. Now, if you have actually Prince and Randee did 2 books, 3 if you include this one. But the 2 that are common are the 21 Nights book that came out at the time with the bonus CD, and then more recently her own posthumous Prince photo collection. So some of these photos you will have seen in either, maybe both of those books, but certainly not this huge and blown up and high quality paper. The paper quality of this is, as you would expect for such a luxurious item, incredibly high quality. We've got some very glossy picture pages here, a charged electricity of anticipation that unites everyone. Some blurb about 21 Nights at the O2. I personally saw several 21 Nights shows and after shows, and that is where I also met Prince, as some of you may know if you've read some of the times I've mentioned it on social media. So to see this book, see anything related to 21 Nights really brings back a lot of special memories for me of that funky summer in London. Lots of notes per each picture and sets some of these ones, they seem to be, you have both the pictures that were published elsewhere and some additional ones from the O2. This is pictures, some quotes, some lyrics. Doesn't matter where we are. So, some pictures of the airport, I guess, that the band, Prince and the band, flew in and out of, London Luton. Pictures from the car. I mean, you could tell it's London even if you've never been here, right? We've got some stuff again that I'm not going to try and read upside down. You can probably see it better than I can right now. Photos of the Dorchester Hotel. Well, of course, that's where Prince was staying during the 21 nights. And just, even though I'm looking at these upside down, I'm just absolutely blown away by the quality of these pictures, the coloring, the print on the paper, just absolutely exquisite. I think if you spent the money on this, you would certainly not be disappointed by this absolutely gorgeous item. The only struggle you might have is finding exactly the right place to store it, being as it is so large and heavy. We've got the lyrics to Planet Earth right here. We have more hotel shots. I'm not going to go through every single page of this book. This would be a very long video if I did, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. We have, of course, the photos of Chelsea Rogers in her various outfits, one of Prince's many muses at this time. The twins and Prince. Lots of photos of the twins in here, it seems. If you saw the Welcome to America Blu-ray live performance, you probably caught them in that one as well. So they were around for quite a while. I mean, this was 2007. And Welcome to America performances were 2011. So shout out to the twins. Lyrics for What's My Name in the Crystal Ball set. Very cool to have that in here. That is Shelby. Behind the scenes. We've got some members of the MPG Horns here. Real music by real musicians. That classic phrase. Again, stuck around for quite a while. I think he was certainly saying that in Musicology 2004, London 2007. Said it in Welcome to America 2011. That phrase stuck around for a while. More of Shelby, and here we have Renato Neto and Mr. Hayes. Legends. Here we have lyrics to Future Baby Mama from the Planet Earth album. Lots of behind the scenes of everyone getting ready for the shows. So, I'm not sure what these numbers indicate here, but I'm guessing these numbers are for which show of the 21 nights those pictures were taken at. Prince's mobile dressing suite. I believe we saw this. at the My Name is Prince exhibition in London. I think that's where it was. Lyrics to Musicology. So we have lyrics in here from songs across several different albums, by the looks of it. So in the middle of the book, it appears to open outwards. So it says, a history-making, earth-shaking moment in time. It certainly was. And if we're very careful here, we will see how much of this we can fit in. We've got a super extra 4-page spread of the tour. So that is very, very cool. Great shots there, put together in a sort of collage. And let's skip a few more pages. Some great shots here. Here we have show 15. Great shots of the O2 before they let anyone in. Many of us eagerly waiting outside at this time. Or I guess it could have been after. What does the time say? Okay, so this may have been after a show. It says 1:16 a.m. So Prince was probably doing an after show at this particular moment. I'd need to check, cross-reference the dates, because not every show had an after show, but a lot of them did. Let's move a little bit further. What do we have here? Lion of Judah, another song from Planet Earth, mentioned here. Prince in his hotel suite, by the looks of it. Yeah. On show 16. This bit says glue with a little poem. Can't read it upside down, but you know, stuck like glue. Don't think it's a reference to the song, because that was a few years later, the song Sticky Like Glue. Another shot of this lovely island that we live on. Sometimes lovely, sometimes not so much, but it's a cool photo nevertheless. There is a lot of photos in this book. Whoa. I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, it's Prince with his Bible. Monogrammed Bible and jewelry. A very cool picture of the two things there. This is interesting. It says, prelude to 21 Nights in Rome at the end of this paragraph. Well, that didn't happen, but maybe that was the plan at one point. Show 19, 5 a.m. Prince, of course, known for not sleeping very much. So 5 a.m. here he is out taking pictures. I think this is it Prague? I think he flew to Prague in the middle of the 21 Nights, or at some point around that time, to shoot the Somewhere Here on Earth video, and I think that's what these photos are from. Yes, 20, return to London. There was probably a page that said going to Prague that I skipped over. Oh, I love that outfit. Very cool. Reminds me of kind of Graffiti Bridge style a little bit. What does that sentence say? I'm trying to read it upside down. Maybe if something about auras. Auras ascending from the volcano to Mars. Replenish the protein from the stars. Now, a lot to go through in this book. I'm going to spend quite a bit of time going through it page by page in my own time. But I wanted to give you guys an extra special look as we unboxed it and looked at it for the first time. This incredibly rare item that certainly I've never known anybody that had it before. I don't know too many people that have it, and even less people that have a signed one. We have credits in here, some thanks from Prince and Randee, credits of people that worked on the 21 Nights, some special thanks, and credits to the Opus people as well. And that is the book. This is an incredible work of art. I'm just absolutely blown away by it, guys. A little bit hard to see on camera, but it appears to be gold edged foil paper as well. And we will close it back up. I can't tell what's heavier, the book or the box. They both appear to be pretty heavy. So there we have it, guys. The 21 Nights Prince Opus, signed by Prince himself. 10 copies were signed. To the best of our knowledge, this is one of them, notwithstanding the potential fakes that are out there, which are signed with a different pen. as we mentioned before. So what do you think about it? Do you remember when this came out? I certainly do, and I remember thinking that I would never be able to afford it or ever see one or get my hands on one. So all these years later, I want to give a massive shout out to the owner of this, which is our friend Pez from 2S Productions, for loaning this to us for the purposes of making this video and spending some personal time going through it, as Kim and I will certainly do over the next few days. Let us know in the comments what you think about this book, if you would ever buy it, if you had the money for it, if you would even have a place to store it. And let us know any memories you have, your best memory actually. Let us know your one best memory if you attended the 21 Nights in London, as I did. And we will respond to as many of them in the comments as we can, because it's so nice. This is really feeling like a time capsule of that time. Enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like if you enjoyed this video. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss future videos. We are working hard on getting our new filming space set up to make more videos. We're doing that as fast as we can, so we'll see what happens. But again, thank you for your patience as we took a little break from YouTube over the last few months. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you soon. My name's Casey Rain. We are The Violet Reality, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Hi, I'm Elisa Fiorillo, and you're watching The Violet Reality on YouTube. All things Prince!